I know a lot of you on the roads right now are stuck in traffic, but take it easy. Take it easy. It's going to be a good trip on the way home to meet those that you love. So let's chill. Let's have conversations in the car. If you're driving to KZN, to Mpumalanga, to the Eastern Cape, I know Babantiba high. So let's go home as well. Polokwane, Limpopo. Drive safely. Take it easy. And let's just enjoy the journey. No rush. No incidences on the road. Just good conversations, and we'll start them off for you. My name is Andile Ncube. This is Sports Not Amplified with Andile. On a Podcast Friday, what we do is we tell, the story of the week, really, in what's happened. And we unpack it looking forward to the weekend type thing. And in order to do that, we've lost one guy. Because sign-on fee, Mazula Pumina Bisnanai. Yeah, it's number 5 rand. And what they put up as a sign-on fee, and he had 6 months on his contract, so we had to let him go. Pro Pilane. But in doing that, he's made way for one other person to potentially take that slot. We had Mark Hastings last week, and this week we have Biso Snaps. Biso.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, Ma'a. It feels good to be on this side of the glass for a change, and I'm looking forward to engaging with my legend.
Who's the legend now?
Mkonza team, not you.
Mkonza is a former player, not a legend.
Oh, okay.
On the other end is Dr. Mnandi Sports Academy founder. We're speaking about Dr. Mnandi Mkonza. He played for Kaizer Chiefs. He played for Bafana, captained both. Mkonza?
Ma'a ezimnandi izibuzwa la sesikhona fandag into emnandi yaphinda siyazi abantu basema-radioweni basemotweni manje ushilo wathi mabadrive safe sesikhona ke manje izo-ayinikazi.
Nadim also joins us for the conversation. Everybody loves to hate him, but there's one thing about him. When it comes to stats, you are yet to beat him. Nadim.
Yeah, Andile. No, it's good to be here. It was at least encouraging to see Sundowns winning 7 consecutive matches. Yeah, it's one of those things that in the league we expect them to win the league by I think by February the league will be mathematically secured, because we knew that they were going to win it, but the way they are going, they just need 13 matches to finish it off. In favor, any team got team, JDR, right?
It's 15 after the hour 6, ladies and gentlemen. 086 0002160 to get into conversations with you. Let's get into it now, gents. Let's start off with Mulefenteki. This is what he had to say after the loss against SuperSport United.
You're asking for patience, and at times when you ask for patience, when somebody is very impatient, you have to do something to make him or her patient. And what we are doing now, I think that's what the club is doing. The club is signing quality players just to bring the patience in our supporters. Because when you are impatient, you being impatient might have a cause, and that might be a reason for you to be impatient. And I think that's what the club is doing, to say, as impatient as we are bringing in quality, just to have patience with this quality that you're bringing.
I think I must have heard patient and impatient for 6 times, maybe even, in that statement there. Well, since then, the quality that he speaks about has maybe been brought to Kaizer Chiefs. I'm not sure, because they've since signed Umtetwa. They've there's a lot of patience. They've since signed Umtetwa. They've since now, which is the latest breaking news, they've signed Kevin Johnson. Mangalo Guwege, former course.
Andile, I think, to be quite honest, Asik is course, and you need to understand the processes. That's why Makosi, they don't understand, based on the fact that the last 9 years has been not a fruitful years for Chiefs, trophy drought. We understand the frustration, but also I want to highlight the important part. Regardless of a team is not getting the result yet, they feel the same pain that you are feeling, as we don't condone play and all that. There's a platform for that, whatever they just kuluma. But what's also important, structurally Chiefs are better. I'm not saying they're playing well. Structurally better, the units are starting to work together, the chemistry, but unfortunately, it's the toughest job in South Africa. It needs time. But now the problem is Katasigo, because 8 years ago,
Kevin Johnson.
Okay, let's think along Kevin Johnson. I think for me, a good acquisition. Our coach in North Africa, and if you are not good enough, that's number one. And you don't hate the School of Excellence if you are not good enough. Kevin Johnson for me has been overlooked. Very, very good coach. And more for me, expand the role. It's not just to go head of development or academy. You also need to rope him in to technical team, because he's more experienced.
Technical team, what do you mean?
angene kwi-technical team afake input
First team?
Yes, afake input yakhe lapha. Ziyenzakala.
Okay. Nadim?
Yeah, with Kevin Johnson, I honestly think is a good appointment as a head coach, though. Not development. Development, I think.
So then it's not a good appointment.
He is, because he does have a history of development, because he's not been doing a lot. I always see him around 4:00 in the mornings. Actually, because he was no longer coaching, it's a good opportunity being part of the biggest team in South Africa in whatever capacity. But I honestly think they are missing the mark by putting in the development. He needs to be as a head coach of Kaizer Chiefs, because at the moment, the coaching there that is doing is not doing a good job. I honestly think he can really improve the team if it's installed as a head coach, because Kaizer Chiefs now, they've signed 10 players, as Jesse Kamtong has said. I don't know if they're going to add more, but from what I've seen, they need a coach, because...
I mean, the window shuts tonight.
Exactly. And it doesn't look like they are... I mean, if you are talking about patience, it is no time in football. This is football. There's no time for patience in football, especially if you are coaching a team that is fighting to win the league. Sundowns are already on 21 points after 7 games, which is 100% record. I mean, if you are with your patience, where are you going to end up? Are you fighting for number 8 or number 9 or number 10? Unless Mtseki tell us that the mandate of Kaizer Chiefs is to be in the top 12, then the patience is acceptable. But if you want to be in the top 4 or top 3 teams in South Africa, as Kaizer Chiefs are the best team in the country historically, no, the patience
So
is
Kevin
not gonna
Johnson,
work.
good appointment to be in the black and gold of Kaizer Chiefs, but wrong place.
Of course, it's in the wrong place in the development. I think they can put Dr. Khumalo, Ace Kuse, Ntsima Pige, Mkonza, anyone else. There are a lot of people that they can put in. So there are so many legends at Kaizer Chiefs that actually have a huge development profile that they can put there. He needs to be the head coach. Remember, he nearly won the league with Platinum Stars. He's the guy that actually built the team that won 2 trophies at Platinum Stars, the way they beat Pirates twice, Nedbank Cup as well as MTN8. He did well at Super Sport United, where he won a cup there. I honestly think can be a good coach. He's better than Atazwane, he's better than Tsegi, he's better than Dillion Shepard. You need to put him as a head coach. So he's better than everyone in there. In that, there's no one at
In
Kaizer
that
Chiefs.
trio of technical
Yes, and there's no one in
head
that
coaches
Kaizer
and
Chiefs,
assistants.
who's better than him. So he needs to be a head coach, because Nzeki, the fans are getting frustrated with the word patience and technical cohesion. All those words.
Even if you say it 7 times.
They're not gonna fool fans the technical patience, because patience is the wrong place. There's no one who coach Kaizer Chiefs and require patience. It shows that Nzeki doesn't understand where he is.
Piece of snaps.
Coach Ushang psychology lapho. I mean, I was counting. He said patience and impatience 10 times in 35 seconds. And I'm guessing by repeating it, he was hoping that it gets instilled in the minds of fans of Kaizer Chiefs. But the reality of it is, to give him a bit of credit, in the last 2 games, they have put their foot on the ball. They have controlled the possession of the ball. But the problem for them is that they are not getting enough chances on target. I mean, against SuperSport, they got 13 shots. Only 2 of them were on target. Against the Royal AM, they got 18 shots. Only 2 of them were on target again. So that is the problem Kaizer Chiefs nayo. And with regards to Kelvin Johnson, it's a good appointment. For me personally, where they have put him is probably the right place to have put him. I mean, someone who's credited with discovering people like how Stephen Pienaar, there has to be some sort of knowledge anayo in terms of development, in terms of scouting a talent. But the issue, when you go to Umthetwa, for me, it's a good acquisition for Kaizer Chiefs, because he gives them that solidity in that midfield. He's able to break down play. He's also good on the ball. You know, people don't give him enough credit for that. He's also good on the ball. But it probably makes Kaizer Chiefs for the longest time has been in creative midfield, not in defensive midfield. And that's an issue that they did not address in this window. I mean, if you go and get Gonzalez, you go and get a Chivaviro, those players are, you're not playing to their strengths. I mean, if you look at Ama games Kaizer Chiefs has played this season, the number of crosses that they play into the box is very small. But you've got these tall players that are playing in those wings. So I think that's where the issue is, creative midfield.
Piece of snaps making his debut on the Mighty Metro FM there with Sports Not Amplified with Andile. What do you think? I see a lot of you are tweeting us.
Brother man.
Welcome to this Podcast Fridays. We're still on the Metro. Yeah. I'm looking at your voice notes, guys. It's only 23 after 6. Calm down. But you can send them. And, of course, your calls as well. Now, still speaking on Kaizer Chiefs.
Yeah.
Biso just profiled them in the way they want to play. He's not the only one. Coach Rolando Mokoena did the same. Have a listen.
To be honest, they're a good side. They're a very good side. They've got some good players. They've improved in that space. They create quite a lot more chances. I think on average now, as compared to last season, on average now is 11 chances per game. The XG has improved slightly in the last 9 games that they've played this season to just around one big chance, like big chance, even though against Sundowns they had 0, but one big chance per game. They are a crossing team, but that is also because if you look at the profile of the strikers, apart from Dupree, they've got some big boys, and even Gonzalez, the new striker, is a big boy. And then, of course, to try to play to the strengths of players like that, you have to put in balls in the box, and so they are averaging about 11 crosses per game.
11 crosses per game, one big chance a game for Kaizer Chiefs. That's the work that Rolando Mokoena went to do in analyzing the team. But we had Mahuta Katlego Mashego in studio on Wednesday just to give us his critical analysis of PSL teams, in particular Sundowns, Pirates, Chiefs is who we looked at. And he analyzed the game where the first leg in the MTN8 where Sundowns drew against a very, very stoic Kaizer Chiefs, particularly in defense, right? This is what Katlego Mashego had to say.
Sundowns enjoy way too much possession. So when they played the FNB against Chiefs, that's too easy. I wouldn't want to go to the stadium and go see 2 top teams playing like that. I want to see end to end. That's where the pressure is. That's where you see the best players. That's where but usually we would say Ikemi Amatota Makul. That's where you see Amatota Makul. But you can't respect Sundowns if you really, really want to beat them.
As what Chiefs did.
Chiefs were just waiting to lose, man. That's so sad.
Chiefs was just waiting to lose. That is so sad. The way that they're playing. 2 strikers that have been mentioned in Gonzalez and Rababiro, who are big boys. The crosses that are coming in. What do you make of this analysis of who Chiefs' blueprint is now?
We spoke about the important part. Good morning, Kaizer Chiefs. You need to win the right way. Play beautiful football but getting results. That's the responsibility you can take. You need to reconcile the two, getting results and playing well. But again, I think Ukateko is correct. I mean, the game against Sundowns, for me, Chiefs look inferior. The approach was negative in a sense that immediately low block Andile. It's a reflection of being passive. You're relying on numerical superiority in terms of the numbers. You don't want to offer the spaces. You were very narrow. And I think when he analyzed that match, he knows the fact that as Kaizer Chiefs, you need to be dominant. And we've been talking about this thing all the time. Chiefs needs to be dominant. Chiefs needs to be dominant. It's high time now. But against Sundowns, very low block. It's a reflection of being passive. We are Saba.
Nadim?
Yeah, no, Kaizer Chiefs this season have been really negative in all the matches. There's no single match where they played. I felt where Kaizer Chiefs really dominated. I agree with Mahuta because of Chiefs. They only substituted the defenders, which is basically Njabulo Ngobo as well as who's the other one? Solomons in the 94th minute after Sundowns scored. Kulisom Tawev scored. By that time, immediately after scoring 1-0, you know that you cannot compete Sundowns pound for pound. Sundowns have better playing players than you. You just defend because that's what they've been doing. They couldn't even defend well what they were supposed to do. Just have that 1-0 lead to the second leg. They failed to do that. I honestly think is right, Katlego Mashego. But they have been doing that for all the matches. Even who's that content creator from PE, Moken Mamila. Even Mr. Pound for Pound, it felt like he's Pep Guardiola after playing Chiefs in Durban. Because he dominated Kaizer Chiefs, he couldn't believe that he's dominating Chiefs. I mean, TS Galaxy, people were thinking now this coach should be the one succeeding Kaizer Chiefs coach because they played all the team. They look like they are playing better than Kaizer Chiefs. They always dominate. They are not the team within Zege where they control the game. They had more ball possession. Even tomorrow, we know what they are doing. I don't know what they will do tomorrow. Because they will need to score. They are not going to do that. They will do that, but anyways, they'll lose. They're out of the tournament already. So it's difficult with Kaizer Chiefs. That's why everything that I'm saying, I always say they need a coach for me because it's difficult to analyze them. You know that they will come up defensively and ask for patience when the fans are starting to come now and throw things to the coach. But the problem is with the coach. He's not the kind of a guy who can bring the glory days at Kaizer Chiefs.
Right, we're going to move on from Kaizer Chiefs, and Biso's already given us his lowdown on what the topic is at the moment. Another thing that Katlego Mashego spoke about was Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
Orlando Pirates at the beginning of the season, and many of you in this very room pit them in either second position or third position, depending on who. I mean, if you're going to need to throw in Pro in that one as well. We said, here's a team that, based on last season, based on their signings, based on their coach, can take on as Sundowns head-to-head for the league. They came second last year. They won 2 trophies. It doesn't get closer than that. Katlego Mashego disagrees. He doesn't think that this Orlando Pirates can take on Sundowns in the league. Can they take them on game to game? Yes, he says they can. But in the long run of the league, he doesn't think so. Have a listen to Kaizer Chiefs on Pirates Squad.
I don't think they have a good squad. They have a brilliant 11. I mean, Lepasa is on song. Masonga brought a new dimension to the club. And you have the young boy, Ratomo. Mufukeng is brilliant. I mean, it's a team that has an 11 that's very good. But once you sub 1 or 2, then what happens?
Once you sub 1 or 2, then what happens? They've got a good 11. But do Pirates have the squad to go the season, Biso?
I partly agree with what he's saying. Pirates does have a good 11. Their squad, I think the problem with the Pirates squad at the moment is that compared to the Mamelodi Sundowns squad, the Pirates squad doesn't have enough experience in winning a league title. I mean, if you look at the Pirates squad, I think it's only Erasmus, Munare, Pule, Kapinga who've won a league title. Not being the main player in the team either. You know, being part of a squad that won the title. There is not enough know-how in the Pirates squad to go 30 games, because winning a league title, winning a cup competition, MTN8 for example is 4 games. You can draw all the games and still win the title. You understand? But if you go to a league title now, you cannot afford to go to a Stellenbosch and struggle to score once you go down. You cannot afford to go to a Chippa United and struggle to hold on to a lead. Orlando Pirates is struggling to manage games that they should be winning, even if it's with a small score line, but they are struggling to manage those games. That's where the issue is for them.
Nadim?
Yeah, Pirates, we did say, I even disagree. They don't even have the better squad. Pirates have the best defenders in the league. We can say the best goalkeepers. Then midfielders, I'm not sure. Going forward, Lepasa, I'm not sure that he can win the league. I don't even think there's a team that can win a league with Lepasa as the main striker. I don't trust him. He doesn't appear in big matches. Even last season, he was there in 16 matches. He scored 1 goal before he went to SuperSport. The SuperSport, he scored 2 goals. Now he came back. Yes, he has scored like brilliant goals. I don't even think they have a good starting lineup. Actually, defensively they are solid. Offensively, I am not sure that the players in Mfokeng, Maswangai, all the offensive players, I honestly don't think they can even start at Mamelodi Sundowns. That's why I never put Pirates to
Saleng?
Saleng, yes, but I'm not sure he can start at Sundowns. I am not sure that he can start. He can play ahead of Mendieta, Maema, and all of those guys. I am not sure. I honestly think he can even be put on the bench, because in some of the matches, I didn't see him against Sundowns. I've seen so many times even against Kaizer Chiefs, when Chiefs won home and away against Sundowns last season. Pirates won home and away against Chiefs last season. Saleng, I didn't see him. That's why I honestly feel Pirates, they will never win the league with this coach. They will never win the league with this squad. I never even put them in the top 4, because I honestly feel they need more than that. They're a big team. They've won the PSL before, but with players like experienced players, Benny Makadi, like Hilekwati, those kind of players, but they don't even have those leaders. I mean, I was asking someone now, actually I was asking you, why their base keeper is not playing, which is Ofor. You cannot tell me that China must start ahead of Ofor. Ofor is the best goalkeeper at Pirates. The time where he was making mistake against Kukuni, he was playing with a knee injury. I know him. I've seen him a lot of last season. But now he's full fit. Pirates are not even playing. No, but But I was not. But the thing now with Ofor is not even being played, which is a problem, because he's the best goalkeeper at Orlando Pirates, and Pirates are not really consistent enough to win the league. They struggle to beat the big teams that are challenging to win the league. You can't tell me that a team that can lose to Sundowns home and away, Chiefs home and away, they will win the league. They will never win the league with this kind of players and the kind of coach.
Number 1, Uchaine needs to start. Ofori, how Pirates wants to play, and obviously try to start the ball at the back. You need a goalkeeper that is decent on his feet. 2, Pirates doesn't have a good bench. Go back to what Katlego said. Andile, the secret to win the league, you need to have a team behind the team. The team behind the team, you need to have a good bench. Most substitute, I shouldn't kill the rhythm and the momentum of the team. But again, Pirates need to return to the pinnacle of Mzansi's football. That is why Bafana Bafana has been affected. Chiefs and the Pirates, they know they've been done well in that aspect. But again, if we peg all the countries that have won World Cup, look at the domestic league, Yabo. It's run by the big clubs. And the Pirates knows now. Over the years, for me, I hear people saying, with the Pirates, for one position, there are three good players. But then those good players needs to show. About Lodge, I said it, Masenzi came in Sundowns, the Pirates. I said, for me, if you can't perform in a bigger match, then you are not ready for Bafana Bafana. Usaling, a very good point about Saling, the Maswangais. When it comes to bigger match, you need a big temperament. Big temperament is when performing under duress and under stress and delivering a good performances. And I don't think if Paris have a coach inside the field that's going to lead the other guys with ever fit. Because yes, we rely so much on the coaches, but also in the second round, if modern football says you need to have a leadership in the ground, in the field.
Opta Jabu not with us this afternoon. He does have, this evening rather, he does have other things to attend to. But please, let's grow that account. Let's help Opta Jabu out. It's OPTA Jabu. They've got an Opta account for rugby. They've got a statistic account as well in analytics. Leduma. Follow all those accounts. And trust me, you'll be as versed as what the guys you are hearing here in studio are as far as your stats are concerned. You can give us a call on 086-000-2160, WhatsApp on 060-552-7303. Drive safely, take it kindly. I see your tweets. Don't tweet us if you're driving. Rather send us a voice note and we'll get into those. Let's take a break. When we come back, we look forward to this weekend. Hey man, I was a little bit heartbroken thinking Lindo Lamoy is not going to be part of our podcast today, but he is here. So please, ladies and gentlemen, it's at Opta Jabu. We went on blue and white. I think they went with blue and white. What team is blue and white in the PSL? Are you Kone? That's a different blue. That's a different blue.
Opta Jabu support Kaizer Chiefs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, Opta Jabu supposed to.
When are you coming to Joburg?
No, I agree.
We need to go to Naturena, Bab.
And he must come to Joburg. I've got a gift here that's been sitting here for his daughter for the longest time.
Coming soon, sir.
No, please, you must, because the little one deserves
When?
the
So
gift.
next week?
I don't know why it's sitting at my house. Anyway, Opta, let's get into business straight. I see there's a bonus Springbok statue. We'll get into that one, but let's perhaps begin with Orlando Pirates, because we've just discussed them a little bit. They're going to be taking on Staleys. What can you tell us about them?
Yes, Andile. So, Orlando Pirates versus Stellenbosch, they've lost back-to-back matches for only the second time under the Spanish coach, Jose Ribeiro. The same happened in December, January, just after the World Cup. And under him, they've never lost 3 games in a row.
Orlando Pirates, under the Spaniard, have not lost 3 games in a row, Mkonzo. So they've lost back-to-back right now.
Yeah, I think it's important for Pirates in terms of the application on Sunday. Don't worry about the result that Pirates are told Cape Town. They need to do it on Sunday, especially as Scotins Kamamizela. I mean, they've gone 12 games. They just lost a game against Sundowns. Before he came against Sundowns, they were 12 games unbeaten. Scotins Kamamizela. So they need to do it in front of the fans and obviously progress to the final. They are defending champions.
But also, one could say, Opta, looking at what's happening down in Cape Town, there might be a bit of a curse down there at the moment.
Yes, Andile, we've talked about it a bit in the past few weeks, but that curse seems to still continue. Cape-based sides have not won any of the 13 games now that they've played across all competitions in over a month.
No. Hold on. We've got Stellenbosch, we've got Cape Town City, we've got Cape Town Spurs, right? Those are the 3 teams.
Yeah.
Those are the 3 teams.
You're saying the 3 of them have played 13 games across all competitions and none of them have won one?
None of them have won one, Andile, since 18 August. The Staleys beat Royal AM.
The last time a Cape Townian team won was the 18th of August in the league. 13 games.
13 games since the 18th of August.
Nadim, that is crazy.
Not really. Even last season, it was the same. They start slow, but they'll finish very strongly. I mean, Stellenbosch at one point in time, they were number 15. Then they finished.
Yeah, they're too. I mean, they remember 9 games at some point.
Exactly. Even Eric Tinkler, they start slowly, but they are going to be there. Those ones are sorted. The only problem is Cape Town Space. I mean, that one is just relegation. They must call Fatwan, who's that guy, PSL Fatwan, and collect NFD fixtures for next season.
Wow. Let's go to Sundowns now. A lot of eyes are going to be on that game, particularly because of what happened in that first leg. We saw a tactical change and a tactical acumen that we're not used to from a Chiefs side playing a Sundowns. What can you tell us about Sundowns, especially in cup competitions, reaching the final?
Yes, so this cup competition, especially the top 8, hasn't been a good one for Sundowns historically. Now, when we look at it, only 4 PSL title winners have gone on to win the top 8 title the following season after they won the PSL championship.
And it's true. Sundowns have struggled with this. Pizzo, I think, left without winning this.
They have, but I think when you look at the opposition that they are facing on the day, it's probably a good omen for them. You know, they're facing a Kaizer Chiefs side that is struggling to score goals at the moment. They've only scored 9 goals in their 9 games this season. Mamelodi Sundowns have scored 20 goals in 10 games. So I feel like Mamelodi Sundowns has the upper hand on the day. And even if you look at the goals that they've conceded, Kaizer Chiefs have conceded 6 in those 9 games. Mamelodi Sundowns have only conceded 3. So Mamelodi Sundowns just has a little more, or rather a lot more quality than a Kaizer Chiefs side. And I feel like this will be the match that they are able to break that spell.
Did we replace a Sundawana with a Sundawan? I think we left Pro left and another Sundawana. Aye, let's go to Chiefs now. This is the team that's going to fill the stadium. This is the team that's going to be wearing the Kappa tops tomorrow. This is the team that South Africa wants to see win tomorrow. What can you tell me about them and the double-legged competitions?
Yes, Andile. So when it comes to double legs in the MTN8, this is the 10th time that Chiefs are involved in a 2-legged semi-final. That means ever since MTN started sponsoring around 2008. But then their record in the second legs, they only won 2 of the last 9 since the cup was sponsored by MTN.
So they struggle in that second leg.
So that second leg seems to be a hurdle. They've only won twice, although they've progressed 4 times. Sometimes they drew the game and still progressed to the final.
Opta, last one, a bonus stat. Tomorrow's game has got a bit of significance as well, historically so. It's tied to one of the most painful Sundowns games if you're a Sundowns fan, but also a good Springbok memory.
Yes, we try to look at, can we have a combination of sorts between Springboks and what's happening tomorrow in the MTN8. This is the second time in PSL history that Sundowns face Pirates in a cup game on the same day that the Springboks play Ireland as well.
When was the last time that Chiefs and Sundowns played together on the same day? What was happening in the what game were they playing? Because that's very important. What was the game Sundowns and Chiefs were playing?
So it's the all-controversial game, the 1998 Rossman's Cup final.
Yay!
Also played on 28 November 1998.
Did the Boks win that game against Ireland?
So that's the question then. What happened in those 2 games? The Boks beat Ireland 27-13, and then Chiefs progressed in that match also after penalties when Joel Maslela's goal was disallowed.
That's a nice stat. I absolutely love it.
Malcolm loves it.
I love it. I love that one. Thank you so much, Opta Jabu. Do follow him. Opta, what are the accounts? I saw you've got a rugby account as well.
So it's Opta Jabu for the PSL, and then if you want rugby, it's Opta Johnny. That's the official Opta account people can follow.
Opta Mandla, Opta why Johnny? Yasbula.
Johnny is British. It's the British who found it.
Linda Lamoyo, thank you so much, man. We always appreciate you. Follow the accounts. It's Opta Jabu, and there you'll see all the other accounts that are linked to them, including Analytical Laduma as well. All right, we're going to take calls now. It's time for you. It's time for your voice notes. But very quickly, guys, your best player this week, who has been, when you look at the PSL, the games that were played, who's been your Sports Not Amplified with Andile player of the week?
Not the most popular, but for me, very reliable and consistent.
Itukun.
Aye, you went Zani? Shaman Dombazanwena. Umvala for me.
Mtobi Mvala?
Yes.
Best player this week?
For me, that is why it's unpopular, but
why?
very reliable and consistent. I mean, I know people about Muzwa, but I can tell you right now, if you look at that Sundowns defense, he's the most reliable.
Okay. Tell me about it. I can deal with that. Nadim?
Yeah, for me, it's the player of the season, Teboho Mokoena. I mean, Pirates couldn't even have a clear chance. He marshaled the midfield very well. Sundowns, I think they've got for me, he's the most important player at Sundowns. He's the best player at Sundowns. That's why he was the best player in the league.
Hey, I want to happy conversation here.
Yeah, but he didn't score.
But
he didn't create enough chances. I mean, he was not really a threat.
Piso, your best player this week?
I feel like I've got the least popular pick this week, but there's someone at Richards Bay called Justice Figueiredo. If you watch the game against Morocco Swallows on Friday last week, he scored the winner.
No.
Listen. Justice Figueiredo, when you're at Richards Bay, and you are struggling to win games. I mean, last week we had a stat for Richards Bay about the number of games that they've gone without a win.
Yeah.
He stepped up in that game against Moroka Swallows, scored the winner, their first win about 20 games, and almost created a goal towards the end.
And then what did he do against Mr. Pound to Pound?
Against Mr. Pound to Pound, he's the one that created the goal that put them in the lead again. He dribbled past 3 defenders and played a pass that eliminated 2 of them. So in the 2 games that he played, he scored a goal that won them the game. He assisted a goal in the next game that got them in the lead. Unfortunately, if your defense is not good enough, you are going to lose games.
Right, very quickly, guys, because we've run out of time. We're on people's time now. Which club is not quite so make sure? Can be a player, can be a club, can be a moment. But which one are you thinking and you're looking at you saying, this is not make sure?
Cape Town City for me, still continuing to struggle. 5 games and bangana win. Jive.
But at least they draw against Chiefs Galaxy.
Yeah, but
in Bombela, which is tough. I'm not sure about Stellenbosch. It's like they're getting a red card every game and they're losing. They even lost to Swallows. I mean, Swallows lost to Richards Bay. Then they lost to Swallows at home. And Swallows are not good travelers. If you lose to Swallows at home, there's a problem. There's a serious problem than we think.
I would also have to go with the Cape Town City. I mean,
Cape Town City?
Yes.
Okay.
To fail to win in their last 5 games, I mean, they got a draw in this game, but the game that they drew against TS Galaxy was there for the taking. You know, they had more opportunities in that game. They could have scored a goal. They failed to score the goal, so that was an issue for me.
Right, it's over to you now.
Visit betway.co.za and never miss out on the non-stop action. Get way more with Betway. Visit betway.co.za to bet on every unforgettable sporting moment. Get way more with Betway.
Call us on 0860 00 2160.
Good evening, Itumeleng here in Bloemfontein. Don't have much to say, but I remember your words. You said, I think it was yesterday when you said Kaizer Chiefs management is listening. They may not say it, but they are listening. Not so long ago you spoke about Kevin Johnson, and today he's announced, meaning they were listening.
It's too late.
Icona Andile. It's obvious into Yawanta Baba. Someone is on standby. Yeah, Kevin Johnson is on standby. Otautlo. Someone is starting to do Pagishan. It's a hamba manch.
Right, let's take your calls because I want to take your calls. Nadim, do you think so? Do you think Chiefs would be as brazen as to take Kevin Johnson and be like, Aumela Sikpage? Surely not.
No, they can't do that because Kevin Johnson is a very good coach, PSL coach. So maybe they just want him to assess the team and speak to him while he's not the head coach. He needs to be the head coach because it's like he's not going to improve the team.
Hey, everybody watching us now live, of course, you get to see all the guys you got introduced to be. So let's take your calls. So let's go to Benzo. Benzo is out in Palm Ridge, wants to address and speak to Nadim. So let's hear what Benzo has got to say. Benzo, you there? What's Timmy doing now? Benzo?
You hear me, Andile?
Yeah, we can hear you. Go for it.
Yes. Mr. Nadim, I just want to challenge you here. You're saying Pirates are in the top 4. I think you are forgetting Joseph's step season. You won 2 trophies and he finished second. So what evidence do you have that says Pirates won't finish like in the top 4? This season, Pirates has a better defense than last season. And Lipasa is like scoring. Pirates didn't have a proper number 9 last season. But this season, these are the signs that at least this season we're going to challenge Sundowns. Is it because we lost against Sundowns? And I also heard someone in the studio saying Pirates does not have a good bench. In the game against Sundowns, the bench changed the game for us.
All right, please, Benzo, thank you so much for that one. I appreciate it. Nadim?
Yeah, it's because you lost to Stellenbosch away, then you draw with Chippa United. If you're challenging Sundowns, teams like Chippa United, you don't even care. You beat them home and away. Stellenbosch, you beat them even away. At least you draw. Then Sundowns, you don't lose to Sundowns at home if you're challenging them to win the league. You can lose away. At home, at least draw. So Pirates, they lose home and away against the big teams. And away, I mean, if you can lose against a team like Chippa United, really, there's nothing that can be helped.
What about the bench one? You spoke about...
I was saying the secret to win the league, you need to have a good bench. Because remember, there are suspension, there are injuries, there are all these...
Do Pirates have a good bench?
No, not yet. They still have to find a good bench, Pirates, to win the league. But they've got a good level.
All right, let's go to Tandira. Tandira is out in Soweto. Tandira. Oh, Tandira is gone. Let's go to Spongilane. Spongilane wants to talk about the player of the week. I don't know if he wants to address the ones that you've chosen or he's got one of his own. Spongilane. Yeah, I know. Talk to me.
Ngihamba nalo mfowethu le othe uyinikeza uTebogo Mgweni player of the week. I think he's been doing very well Mamelodi Sundowns. Then bese ngibuya kwi-team engiyibona engathi ayenzi kahle. I-Cape Town Spurs. It's getting worse, and if they are not changing anything in that team, it will go down again to NFT. And then bese ngibuyela kule Kevin Johnson ne-Kaizer Chiefs. Kunokufishi lapha something will happen to Nzeki, but let's wait and see. Johnson won last day development structure lebit bamfaka khona. Something is going on there.
Spongolene, I appreciate you. Let's go to Malose. Malose is out in Tladi. Malose.
Yes, Andile, how are you?
I'm good, man. Talk to me.
I'm good, man. Two things. Number one, let's talk Pirates Sundowns. Pirates did not lose because they were not the best team of the day. Refereeing error actually cost that game. The only
which refereeing error?
Look at that penalty, Andile.
But here's the thing, Malose, and the reason I didn't even mention that is because of one thing. I don't think there is a conclusive camera shot that shows us that incident in an enough and conclusive position for us to make that opinion whether it was right or wrong.
No problem. Let's pass it. Let's go to Kaizer Chiefs, Andile. Kaizer Chiefs does not trust their own process. They employ a coach when the coach is... We've been teasing them to say they are building FC. Let them build. They've tried many coaches and it's not coming together. Keep one coach at least a season and a half before you change. Because even if in the workplace, Andile, when you change management, people are going to struggle to adapt to change. So Chiefs needs to keep one coach at least for a season and a half.
Are you saying, Malose, that bringing in a Kevin Johnson, doesn't matter what you've said to Nzeki, starts to make him nervous?
Yeah, actually, you are sending a signal. As like your Malema would say, you are sending a signal to say, if you don't get your house in order, you are out because your replacement is already here. His boots are ready. He can hit the ground running anytime.
Malose, thank you very much. And remember that at some point when Arthur was coaching, after Stuart Baxter immediately had left, the first person who Chiefs went to and say, hey, you take the position. That offer was made to Nzeki.
Yeah. And the fact that they announced Calvin Johnson just before the Sundowns game, what does it mean? They're saying Makosi,
Marage, if you look at how immodel Chiefs of now they were doing things, aba interrupt coach season is sephakathi bazomiyeka iqede amosha ufika amosha Gavin beke mismatch
no Gavin didn't finish
but bekanga mismatch.
Let's go to Tato.
Baningi nabo Solineza kusu Gavin kuphela.
Tato is out in Pretoria. Tato.
Hey, evening guys, how are you doing?
Hey man, we're all good. Go for it.
Yeah, no, I just want to say I'm a Pirates supporter. First things first, and look, convincingly throughout the years Sundowns has beaten us convincingly, you understand. Yesterday was can I say not when was it when we played them?
Wednesday.
It was a close game. It was a close game, I won't lie. The officiating, you guys talk about it multiple times. They went to a court, they came back, it got worse. So I'm not going to comment too much on that as well. But Pirates are getting close. We have to give them that one.
Tell me this, Tato. Let's see how close they were. In 90 minutes, how many times did they trouble Ronwen Williams?
No, it's not a lot of times. But
no. How many? Give me a number. How many times did you actually have a shot on target that Ronwen needed to save?
I think probably 2.
Half that.
Oh, okay.
In 90 minutes. And this is a team you're saying you're close to.
We are getting close. I'm not saying we are extremely close. What I'm saying is you have seen Sundowns dominate Pirates. 4 goals, 3 goals. It's been worse. It's been far
I agree
worse.
with that.
Yeah, true.
What I'm saying.
No, 100%.
They have that edge to get each and every player they want.
I've said this, Tato. I think this Orlando Pirates team for me.
And if you get that and you have that, I mean, you are very far from your competitors because you're stealing what they could want but don't have because you have it. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you. Timmy. Timmy's a Katabato. Tato, I'm so sorry. Tato was the first time caller, Timmy. Tato. Guys, what game are you picking
on? For me, it goes in the Sunday one.
What's going to happen there?
Chiefs are going to strong a surprise.
No, you can't say that. What analysis is that? Tell me.
Obviously, Chiefs are going into the game as underdogs. Sundowns have been doing so well. Sundowns have been on the roll. And obviously, being underdogs, that means there's less expectations from the masses and Naban Tuguti. Chiefs might beat Sundowns. Tomorrow is the day. Look, I think what's key is going to be a tactical battle, as I always say. Very close game.
Same thing about the last game.
I'm a big match. You have.
They're going to defend and hope to hit.
No. I say influence play.
So they have to win. Only win. I mean,
even a goal.
All right.
Even a goal to the final.
Okay.
Which game are you going with?
Pirates will beat Stellenbosch 4-0 or 5-0 at Orlando Stadium.
Please get this clip. Yeah, for next week. Piso, your debut.
Yes, sir. I think also Orlando Pirates will beat Stellies tomorrow. Stellies has a discipline problem. There's 3 red cards in the last 5 games. Orlando Pirates, just like Sundowns, have scored a lot of goals. They've got 18 goals in their games, and 14 of them have come at home. So for sure, Pirates is a shy Stellies success.
Let's go to Zolisa out in Johannesburg before we hand you over to the guys. They're getting ready to take you through. Zolisa's not there. Sam, you're the last one. Go for it.
How are you?
Yeah, no, we're good, man. You have exactly 30 seconds. Shoot.
Yeah, there's no way Chiefs go fan.
Why?
No, the way Chiefs is playing, my friend, they are not playing to accommodate the 4 big guys that they bought.
I mean, they're putting in 11 crosses. The guys are
they're
there to
asking
receive
for
crosses.
your patience.
You are putting in 11 crosses for who?
For Gonzalez, for Chavabiro when he comes, for
this guy Ravati Ravazando, whoever is this.
No. Ranga Chibabiro. Let's get it right.
Nadimi always says that guy is not cheap material.
He's an NFT striker, that one.
Sam, I appreciate you. Don't let this be the last time you call, because Rojile Ganako, what often Nako go to a shop. Wrong number. Bye bye.